What it is, my Tano Piss and Grease here, and today we're talking about the 3 new Sentinel weapons that were added with the Fortuna update for console. Now, a few things to keep in mind with these new Sentinel weapons. First, they do provide MR. So if for no other reason, if you're chasing that MR dragon like a lot of players, myself included, yeah, the 3 new Sentinel weapons are going to provide you with MR. Alright? Next thing is, when I was leveling these, I tried to equip them on my MOAs to level them, and they would not level. I don't know if this is a bug, if this is a glitch, if this is intentional, I'm not sure. But I tried multiple MOAs, I tried multiple leveling locations, and these Sentinel weapons would not level on my MOA. It wasn't until I equipped these Sentinel weapons on a regular Sentinel that they leveled as normal. Next thing is that any of your Sentinel weapons can be fitted on your pet MOAs, any of them, with the exception of the Deconstructor and Deconstructor Prime, which can only be fitted to the Helios and Helios Prime, respectively. So those are all things to keep in mind. So essentially what I'm saying is any Sentinel weapon that you happen to have already in your inventory, maybe you have a Riven for one, maybe you have a good build for one, it can be fitted to your pet MOA. So you don't have to have these for your MOAs. That was what I'm trying to point out. But let's talk about these Sentinel weapons and whether or not they're any good. So the first one we're going to be talking about is the Cryotra. Now the Cryotra is a beam Sentinel weapon that has inherent cold damage. It has a 5% crit chance with a 2.0 crit multiplier and a 35% status chance. What does this mean? With just a few dual stat mods, you can get to 100% status very, very easily. The one thing to take note of here, though, however, is that the reload speed is 4... holy crap, that's an eternity seconds. That's just... yeah, that's a lot. So, for my build, obviously, it's a beam weapon. You gotta have range. With that horrendous 4-second reload time, yeah, gotta have a reload. And on all of my Sentinel weapons I run some type of a punch-through mod. And the reason for this is because of the behavior of the Sentinel, meaning that they will shoot that, if you have an enemy in cover, they will shoot that guardrail, that wall, that crate, for frickin' 3 hours straight, non-stop. So having punch-through mod will allow them to hit some of their shots, not all, but some of them. So that's why I prefer to run punch-through on my Sentinels. So, would I run the Cryotra? Yeah, probably not. However, I can see a use for it if you like the default Sentinel of the Taxon. So the Taxon comes with the Artax, which is another cold beam type weapon. The Cryotra outclasses the Artax in almost every single regard. It just does. Okay? So, yeah, if you're going to run the Taxon, if you like its default weapon, the Cryotra is definitely a step up. So that may be something to consider. The next one is the Taser Core. Now the Taser Core is really interesting because it actually is a burst fire Sentinel weapon that has electrified rounds. Electrified is good because that means you can, with that inherent electricity, you can build for corrosive, you can build for gas, you can build for magnetic, a whole host of damage types. So it has a 2.0 crit multiplier, 1.5 crit, a 2.0 crit chance, 1.5 crit multiplier. It has a 15% status chance, and it has a 2.5 reload time. Yeah, 2.5, not great, but better than 4 seconds to be sure. So the Taser Core is, as I said, a burst fire weapon, and when I say burst fire, I'm meaning burst fire. It has a 5-round magazine, and it shoots all 5 shots at once. So it does not shoot 5 shots like one here, one over there, one over there. No. It shoots all 5 shots all at once in one go. And then you have a 2.5 second reload time, and then it does another burst fire of all 5 shots. So, yeah. With that said, status is a very respectable 74%. With just a few of the dual stat mods. So yeah, status wise, pretty good. Pretty darn good. Would I personally run the Taser Core? Yeah, no, not going to happen. That brings us to the third and final Sentinel weapon the Volk Axe. Now, the Volk Axe was the Sentinel weapon I was absolutely most excited about. I was really, really excited about it. Now, it comes with a 20% crit chance, a 2.5 crit multiplier, and a 10% status chance. Now, this shoots, it has inherent heat because it shoots this like ultra superheated like plasma area of effect like blast. So this to me translated to having like my own personal like RPG, Sentinel over my right shoulder, just constantly lobbing mortar shells everywhere. Kablam, kablam. I was really excited about this. I was stoked. I was like, yes, finally. Finally. However, what sounds great on paper fails miserably in practice. So, what are the problems with this? Okay, well, first of all, you have a 6-second reload. You have 1 round magazine and a 6-second reload. Even with a not fully upgraded primed fast hands, my reload's still over 4 seconds. With that said, you can get your crit chance up to almost 60%, very respectable with a 5.5 crit multiplier, and my status is almost just a hair shy from 30%. So that sounds great. 6-second reload time? Yeah, not so great, not so good. Here's some other problems with it. It is a charged shot. And why is that a problem? Well, because every single time I would come into a group of enemies, my Sentinel would start charging up a shot, and I killed them all. And my Sentinel was still charging the shot. Yeah, that's a real problem. That's a real problem. But even extend that further, the blast radius, even with the firestorm, is just not enough. The blast radius is just not big enough. Literally, I had to have enemies like shoulder to shoulder in order for the blast radius to get them all. Otherwise, the range was just not enough for the blast radius. All right. Furthermore, the damage that it dealt in that area, it just wasn't enough. All right. It just wasn't. Furthermore, yeah, there's another problem. Apparently, this is the very first Sentinel weapon that can self-damage the Sentinel. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. Like, yeah. It's a thing now. So, yeah, unfortunately, the Volk Axe, while it sounded like truly epic, and I could not wait, trust me, I was really excited about this, and unfortunately, I'm the most disappointed by it as well. I wanted this Sentinel that was capable of just lobbing like mortars everywhere across the map. Like, that would be so just epic. And then having like a mobile mortar launcher, like in the form of a MOA, sign me up. But there are so many downsides to the Volk Axe that I just can't endorse it. I just simply can't. So let me give you my verdict and summarize. Would I personally use any of the new Sentinel weapons? Yep, nope, not going to happen. So unfortunately, if I'm using a Sentinel that needs ranged, I'm going to use my Volk Lock. If I'm using a MOA that's more mobile, I'm going to be using my Sweeper. So that's how that's going to go. But let me know down in the comment section what you think about these new Sentinel weapons, and if you're going to use them or if you're excited about them. And until next time, peace and grease.